Okay, this time it didn't crash, and thus we are back at where we were, except there are no enemy units here. And Sanasar has gained a famous warrior.
Sire! 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 My liege!
Anyways,
Mighty general!
we need to divide these guys. Vahan has he has nothing basically. This has 3,500, this has 1,600, this is 2.5. Okay, so
Mighty general!
Sanasar will be
Onward!
the governor
Out
of
of moves, great
Machiketa.
lord! Sire!
You will
my
go
liege.
and deal with Kalabaka.
March!
Kabalaka,
No more moves,
not
sire.
Kalabaka, but
Mighty
Kabalaka.
general!
And you will
Onward.
be the one
Moves
governing
completed, mighty lord!
Kotais. Is that? Yes, Kotais. By the way, Kalabaka can provide us with a bit more taxes. So can Armavir for that matter. And Machiketa will provide us with a bit less. Now I'm nervous because there was one more army here.
Surely a mistake, sire.
There's a guy
My
here,
ears are
and
yours.
there are armies
Unseen,
here.
Unheard.
3 units here, and some units here. Let's try this again, shall we?
Servant. I will speak with them at
How
once.
about a ceasefire and trade rights and map information? They feel ceasefire and trade rights, okay? So they have accepted peace
Yes,
again.
my liege. Moves depleted, sir.
Let's see if they backstab us again.
Mighty general!
Did we set retraining? Yes, we did. That should do it.
Prepare to ambush!
Well, they did not take Kotais, but their army is dangerous when near it.
Mighty general!
Thank God we have
Move
a
out!
governor here who can deal with that kind of problem.
Sire!
He will
Forward!
deal with the kind of problem Machiketa has.
Orders!
And you will kindly
Onward!
go to
Moves
Kalabaka.
depleted, mighty lord!
We have retrained everyone in the universe, and we have a new year in history. The Chremonidean War ends. I've never heard this term. Athens finally surrendered to Antigonus Gonatas, who had been sieging the city for years. In early 261, Chremonidean. I'm wondering what kind of wars these were, because I probably, when I was learning the history about this specific war, the name in my own language is different than this. Weird. The Athenian leader Chremonides, for whom the war was named, went into exile in Aegyptos. Antigonus defeats a large Ptolemaic fleet off the island of Kos and also attacks Miletus. Alexandros Aikides of Epirus invades Macedonia this same year, but is defeated by Demetrios, the son of Antigonus. Alexandros is then driven out of Epirus also and is forced to go into exile in Acarnania. A lot of people going into exile. In the east, Antiochus I and Ptolemaeus II agree to peaceful terms. Ptolemaeus II organizes a census of his lands, and Antiochus I dies in June at the age of 64. And Antiochus II, who has been co-regent for 5 years, ascends to the throne of the Arca Seleucia. Philochoros, last of the local historians of Attike, ends his mammoth history of the region, the Attis. Apollonius of Perge, mathematician, is born. Zenon, the founder of the Stoic school of philosophy, dies. Oh, Zenon has died. At Agrigentum, Syracusan and Gallic mercenaries plot to betray the city to the Romani. The Romani defeat the Cardastim and capture Agrigentum, and then besiege Mitistradum. The Carlistim sent Hamilcar to replace Hanno in Sicilia. The Romani built their first navy. Hamilcar destroys a band of disaffected Gallic mercenaries in his employ. Before the end of the year, the Romani abandoned their siege of Mitistratum. And we got an end of season report. So, you will stay
Orders.
here,
Sire!
while the rest of the army will move here
Move out!
to cut off any potential attacks at both Armavir or Kutai's from this side.
Sire!
In case we'll need it the next turn, we can move him back to Armavir and descend this way. Oh, there's another army here! They are really trying, aren't they?
Sire!
I serve your will.
What about these guys?
Stealth is my cloak.
They have Diogentos. There's so many of them. I cannot keep up killing them all the time.
I serve your will.
And what about you guys?
Moving.
Oh, you're just a disaffected group of dudes. So at this point, it seems like we will be able to hold these 4 cities. 5 cities actually. We have Prospire. Keep forgetting about that. I would love to get Trapezus back. There's only 3 units there, and there's only 3 units here. Maybe if we keep dealing them this kind of damage, we could do something. We are also doing bad on the taxes. Income, farming, mining, trade, taxes, expenditure, wages. We are getting about 1800 per turn, which is appalling. Maybe we could build some sewers in Armavir to help with this stuff. Or we could build a river port. That one certainly would help with the income. What about Machkara? What about Kabalaka? That one is so far away from all of this shit. You could definitely do some... we're getting a lot of taxes here. I would love to make this a satrapy. So let's do that. We have a free hand this turn into building, so Prosper could do coastal clearing. And they could build a satrapy here. We have a lot of public orders, so no problem there. Also satrapy here, and that's probably it. So let's end one more turn and see how this goes, because I really want to end the recording sometime soon before I get into another deadlock with the Seleucids. Armenia, Macedonia. Okay, so they're sieging Kotais. They won't learn, will they? And they're sieging Prospa as well. They just want to get us. So what are we facing? Facing 3 units here, all of which are not really good. If we had just one more unit here, this town could deal with it on its own. But it can't, so we'll have to send Samus to destroy Captain Oribas. Sure, I wish he could, because then we could do with
My eyes are yours.
this army.
Moving.
There's no army there.
Moving. Out of move.
There's an army
sire.
here. but what about this one? Is it dangerous? We can't see. We can't see if we do
Engage
this.
the enemy!
You get some Hellenic medium phalanx. They got some Hyrcanian hillmen. Who are they? Well, they have a good missile and a melee attack. Are these spear chuckers? Mage Horge without orders. Excellent morale. They have no armor, but a very high defense skill. And then they have a Hellenic native phalanx. So we can deal with these guys, and we will next time we play. Okay, so at this point the situation seems to be rather under control, I would say. We got, once we kill this army in Kataïs, and once we kill this army sieging Prospa, I'm gonna try again
Your obedient
to
servant.
negotiate a
Yes,
peace
my liege.
with the Seleucids.
Sire!
And the thing is that at this point there is no way in which we can push on an offensive. The only offensive I could think about is actually taking Anikama.
Sire!
We could get there in 2 turns. It doesn't have... So let's do a mental scenario here. If we do attack, we would have to attack Anikama. That would take at least 2 turns to get to, then another turn before we have some siege equipment, then taking it. So 3 turns to take it, then another, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, probably 5 turns to take Trapezus. Then that means we would need 10 turns approximately to strike some sort of offensive against the Seleucids and make it worthwhile. The problem, well, actually, we would probably go the other way to Trapezus and from there to Anikama, because we would need this city to be hidden behind the enemy lines. If we attacked Anikama and then move forward, it's open to attack. But for this we would need an entire army and a dedicated general. We have a lot of guys. We have
Mighty
5
general.
generals right now. We lost 1 during this war. We lost Artavast, who was killed in battle a year ago. When will we get another one? Soon we'll get Arsham. If Arsham will be like his father, he will go on a military way, which means we could use him as the defender here in Armavir with the army, and we could raise another army that could go and attack the enemy. How we're gonna do that though is a question, because how much does this army cost? There's 3 units, roughly 700, and then each of these units 200, so that's roughly 1500. Then we could raise that. We could raise that for sure. Problem is not raising it. To avoid confusion, I was not thinking about raising it. I was thinking about upkeeping it. We have enough money to go with the upkeep. If we kept, how much would that be? 1,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000.
My liege.
Approximately 6,000, 6,500. So we would need to wait 6 turns now, not invest into anything, and then raise his army somewhere. We could raise it in, for example, Machkeda, which has a lot of population at this point. Raising it in Armavir will nearly empty the city, so it's not actually what we wanted. And you guys keep bugging me about the
Sire!
mercenaries. Yeah, well, for example, for these guys, you know, they cost 2,790. Well, these guys cost nearly 900. So for the cost of one of these units, I could get 3 of these. And you know, it's not such a big difference, but these guys, it's not such a, the problem is that it's not such a big difference in the battle. I would rather have 720 of these than than uh, than 200 of these guys, and so would you. Man, these guys cost even more. This is insane. Although these guys might be worth it because it would take us a long time to get to these. Also getting some cavalry archers might not be so bad, but their melee attack is too. So other than charging and shooting up, they're worthless and they cost a lot to upkeep. Because to upkeep as much as 2 Kavkazi Lernite Natadzik. It's really a tricky situation. But you know, unless we push forward, the only thing that's gonna happen is that they will keep sending more and more units at us. Siphon archers, food archers, assistant skirmishers. I'm gonna build a satrapy here as well. I'm building it everywhere, so I might as well here. And now till the next time I'll record, I would have to think about whether we're just gonna be on the defensive and keep upgrading our towns, or whether we'll start saving up. It will take about a year to save up, and in the same time, when we will have enough money, we will have the leader to take after Samus and defend, while his army might go on an offensive. I would rather have the experienced units attacking the cities than having them behind, because we'll take some casualties here. That will be such a clusterfuck, because we would have to push forward so much, you know, not starving them out, just rushing. And this city will hold pretty easily. I think there's really not a problem with that. But we might, just to be sure, we might get some more units here as well. They can actually get a lot of units. Eastern Axeman. Yeah, they have better defense, but they suck in attack. And there are some cavalry, but I would need some better melee units. And these guys cost a lot to upkeep. And there's less of them. Gundini Zagan. We were thinking about these guys, that it might be better to complete a take. For the other army, it might be better to take these, that's true. Instead of 3 of those, take 3 of these. Because they can hold better, and if they get some experience, they would be pretty good. They have 2 more in attack, and 4 more in defense, which is a big difference. There's less of them, but it's not such a problem. They have good morale, good stamina, and fast moving. Although these guys have very good stamina. And they're experts in hiding in woods. I don't know. I would like to hear your opinions about this. What the correct strategy according to you would be. So let's move you to Kabalaka. And you need to figure out who you are, for fuck's sake. You're just morose, aren't you? -2 influence, -2 from all troops in the battle. Uncharted troops. He's tired. He's practical. Oh god, this is such a bad guy. Welcoming to foreigners. Where are the Roman academies and schools when you need them? Where are they? Just tell me so.